Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Fantasy Rugby Games. My name is Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
Let's dig in. It's fantasy time. Yeehaw. I'm looking at another one. I'm also in a very celebratory mood because of the footies and yesterday.
I'm going to light one up.
For the so you're celebrating the holiday. So everybody celebrate. Yeah, back to our old friends in TRM this week.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be nice. I
need to come up with a plan for this week because I got nothing. I have so much. Well, I have to wait and see who's playing, but I have the plan to be dropping. Who is it? Creevy and probably Radwan, which I'm going to be up over 600K of free space, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to be a kid in candy store this weekend.
Yep. Yeah, I have a little bit of spare change from last time, and I have some guys I can release.
Although it's I'm kind of shocked at some of the price changes that have happened over this period. With who was it went down? Freddie Clark went down now. He's lower than when I signed him way back when. Which kind of freaks me out. I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I got him early. I got him really early. I have him at I got him at 170.
Okay.
So I was able to. I'm still in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, I've got him at 193, but still, I'm like, wait, he's down to 192. He was well over 200 for a bit there. I don't know why he would have come down.
Right.
Oddness.
Yep. Weird. Yeah, like I could get. There's guys I have every intention of getting rid of. It's whether or not I can do it, but
right.
With some spare change, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be just fine. So I was an idiot and forgot that the Women's Six Nations was skipping a week, and we were talking about the fantasy last week. Well, we'll talk about it again anyway. We had don't die over there. We do have a Friday match.
Holiday.
We do have a Friday match. I think the Wales and the France squads have already been announced as well. Could be wrong, but
I'm uncertain.
Case. I thought I saw it. So again, I could be making shit up. I'm very good at that as well. So there's that. It's probably not going to be the same type of result for France against Wales in Wales, as opposed to Wales they got beat up on by England back in England. So that was always going to be a tough ask for them. I'm kind of worried for the Irish because, as Ben will note, that we had some new call-ups for the Irish women, and it's not so much that you're going to play those women that were called up, although some of them would have definitely been worth a shot. But now you're looking at one, they're playing England. Obviously, that's never good. That's just going to be a tough ask right now.
Right.
But then you have you lose the talent around some of the players that you're picking. And that's really effing annoying. So
right, like all of my I think all of my French players. I know Jugang will still be there. She'll still be available.
Yeah.
But Parsons is gone. Higgins is gone. Monahan's hurt.
Yep.
Like this is not good for Ireland.
No.
And not really a good look either. That this is how they, that first off these players have to leave because they have to go get paid.
Yeah,
like
totally.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here I got one of the lineups right here. Wales. So if you scroll down the side of the fantasy page, then you could possibly notice some.
Oh, they're there.
Socials. There's the Wales. I can't get to the French. The French team is down there. Is also there, but if you click through to the Twitter, it'll take you there. So yeah, there you go. That's there. Butchers is still in. Lily Crap's back at 8. Yeah, I like Butchers a lot actually. So I might keep her. I think she scored pretty well over the whole thing. And I can't not pick a team with Jazz Joyce even when I want another wing, because it's like you only get so many picks, obviously. So it's like, and she's still a fairly quality option, but you just have to weigh out, is the wing you're picking, one, the correct one, and two, do you want to risk that?
So Here's a hack that I found that Kaylee Powell is she's a 10 in the game, in the fantasy game, but I mean they're 15.
Okay.
And so she gets a lot of those that the kick return, those meters and miss tackle busts, stuff like that. So she gets decent 10 points from 15. She's not their kicker, but so you don't get really the kicking points there, but you do get another outside back player type points.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes that can be a great thing.
So she got me 37.7.
Not bad.
In a 58-5 loss.
Yeah. It's a shit house streak. Let me see. I had
from your 10s. That's not bad.
I had Roland and she had 45, so that's an 8-point difference. But really, you can use that elsewhere.
Then I can use that. Right. Exactly.
Right. Because then you have the likes of Miley Packer and Sarah Byrne and all the speedsters that England has to possibly grab instead.
Exactly.
So there's those options.
It's just
as well.
and you give up 8 points there, and you can make it up by over 30 or so. Also.
Oh, easily. Agreed. Let's have a look at Super, because Super Bru is being a dick right now.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, it's updating. It just wants to update during this pod, I swear. Let's see. So last week's results were I beat George. Yay! I did not expect that. And I didn't, it wasn't a pillow fight either. I put 100 up. So I'm proud of myself for that one. This will probably be my last good game. Let's be real. And then we have Justin and Duncan for a freaking fight in 138 to 125. That's tough. One of the shame of head-to-head fantasy matchup. Carrick fell to Anton, and then Ben was able to topple Mark. So that leaves us in interesting positions, to say the least, going into we only got 3 weeks left, I think, of regular comp. Yeah. So it's Justin in front in one division, in one conference, and then Anton in front for the other, and then George is
the only one guaranteed right now who's
right. He's definitely in. He's in. I don't think anybody would doubt that at this point.
Right.
Georgia has one of the wild cards because he's actually equal to the best record in our conference, the one that I'm in. And then it's 3 people with 4 and 5. Right now, Duncan's the other person in, and then 3 and 6 for Mark and Ben. So this is not over yet.
No.
We have lots to determine here, so strap them in and hang on. Let's see, what's the matchups this week? We have week 11. Yep. All right. So 2 weeks left. So hang on to your boots, kids.
Right.
It's you and 10, me. 11, 12. Okay. That'll be interesting.
Wait, I have me playing Justin. Are you looking at the wrong week?
Nope. You're on. I just jumped to the week. You're right. My bad. My fault. Hey, look at that.
Week 10.
Not that I haven't done that before. All right, so 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left. So it's Carrick and Duncan, George and Anton, Mark and myself, and then Ben and Justin. All right. Yeah, you and I next week. And
Justin, go easy on me. You're in. Just be nice.
He is in. I don't think there's any doubt about that at this point.
No, I think he's guaranteed at this point, because if only 3 weeks left, and he's got the next
at least
closest,
3. Yeah, he has at least a 3-game lead on.
There's only 2 people in the league who could tie him. So
one of them's a leader in the other group. So I think he's good to go. I just think he would like to. Yeah, I'm sure he wants the better matchup.
I think he would just obviously it would benefit him if I'm in.
Yeah, in what way is that, Chief?
It would be an easy first round victory. I'm just saying. Might be a good week to lay low.
Yeah,
save the points for another week.
Says you. Okay. All right. Our Super Bru is not updating us. Last I knew, though, Champions League was doing quite well.
What do you need? Hold on. It's working for me. So I can say, oh no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everything else was working for me. Now it's fucked.
Not today.
Nope.
But that's okay. That happens.
Like it was literally just working. I had to go open my mouth.
Yeah. I can't even give you the team of the round, so that sucks. Hopefully it'll come back to when we get to it, or when we get through some of our start sit stuff. But with that being the case, it's time to start sit. It's time to go start sit.
All right.
I think it's me. Yeah, Gloucester. Yeah, Bristol and Gloucester. All right, so this will be fun. Gloucester are the opposition for Bristol this week. So you know what that means. It's a good week for the opposition halfback. A good one here, obviously, with Harry Randall about. So he's a thumbs up for me. Harry Thacker has been in good form as well. And 8 straight hookers have gotten 25 plus against Gloucester. So he's a thumbs up if you have him.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Pine the likes of Morahan and company. Gloucester are number 1 versus wings. Just be very fearful of that one. Gloucester, Bristol are bottom 3 versus fly half. So Adam Hastings comes back into play this week. Don't recommend buying him, but if you have him, this is a good week to play him. Bristol are also bottom 3 versus number 8. So that puts Ackerman in play. Maybe worth the buy this week, depending on where you're at. But again, more for those that already have him. Is this recommendation here? Singleton and or Cicino go to the bench this week. Bristol are strong versus hookers. I think they're either 2 or 3. So I would skip that as well. Even though
that's
I do
good knowledge, because those guys have been on fire.
Yeah, just bench, not completely kick, just bench.
Right, because you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Your turn. To Newcastle, hosting the Irish. Newcastle are pretty shit in attack. They're decent in defense. The Irish are great in attack and quite terrible in defense, fantasy wise, obviously. For the Newcastle Falcons, McGuigan is a must start at this point. You just can't take him out. Peterson and Robinson, the Exiles are 10th versus locks, so or at least towards the bottom. I am dealing with little older stats for reasons. But Peterson and Robinson still obviously a good start. Phil Vanderwalt may get a start, and if he plays, he's worth having on your in your lineup, because I would like to see them give him a run towards the end of the year. I think they might. Radwan is a good bench option, but he's not really scoring all that well. And as I was saying, I think on the previous pod, at this point, you're really looking to have value on your team. And I don't think that Radwan is going to increase in his value. So it might be time to move on and prepare for the next round. And maybe,
agreed.
If you could drop him and pick up like, any of the Saints backs really, but Freeman in particular, he's like 155, that you gain 100K right there. And then on top of that, Freeman will increase in his value too, likely. Right. So something like that. Start looking to cut Radwan. I'm definitely going to this week. And speaking of which, Creevy is still a go. I'm cutting him, but he's still a go. That's just because I have McGuigan now.
Right.
And then obviously the props for the Irish have been excellent. Otherwise, in the forwards, Pearson, if he plays, would be a great option. Either Phipps or White are fine. White, he's been my bench 9 all year and has filled that role really well. So he's worth having on your bench as a cheap option just to score points. He won't increase in value though. That's your only problem.
Yeah, probably the only issue.
BJVR and Rona should score really well. Newcastle are at the bottom versus centers. Ollie Hassel-Collins again, great start, as are whoever plays at the other back 3 positions.
Yep, like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other dude should score okay, but don't. No, we don't have him on our teams.
No, we don't. It's fight.
It's not something we do.
Quins and Leicester. This would be interesting. For the Quins, DC isn't okay play this week if you're stuck.
Mhm.
A lot of us have him, obviously. Leicester give up about 20 on average, so it won't be the end of your week if he's your play. Hopefully he eclipses it just a little bit, but so just certainly don't captain him, that's for sure. Likewise, same advice for Alex Donbrandt. About the same average, plus he's just a different player as well in terms of what Leicester usually play. So we'll see how that goes how he goes against the strong defense. But again, probably okay to play if you're in that position. But again, definitely don't captain him. Leicester are very strong up the middle. So Andre might be okay, but that 13 shirt is a huge hole against this defense. 9 points on average.
Yeah.
So the guy that usually plays it is Joe Marchand. So terrifying. Northmore as well to have a seat. For the Tigers, Montoya should be back and rested, so roll him out there. Probably a front runner for number one hooker this week, especially with said rest. Ford is another strong play this week. Quins are fourth from bottom in average versus fly half, so thumbs up to him. Not that I love him, but I respect the fact that he's a damn good fantasy asset. Fetchers have not done well over the season versus Quins, so that puts Tommy Raffel on the pine, and anyone that's playing 7 that's not him is definitely not good either. So just keep your eyes peeled on that lineup.
Right. Whoa. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering what Leicester do this week, because kind of as I was saying with Justin there, they're guaranteed a spot, and they kind of they beat the shit out of themselves, and they have Leinster in 2 weeks. They might just say, you know what, guys, why don't we
they could.
Why don't we take it easy for this week? They don't have anything to prove against the Quins right now. So that then the other thing is then the Quins don't see your best ahead of
potential semifinal,
ahead of knockouts. So just as a thought, we'll have to see what Leicester roll with. I guess we'll learn Friday, not tomorrow. Damn, I want to know now. Anyway,
I want to know now.
Off to the wreck for Bath versus the Saints. Bath's attack and their defense is Northampton are top 3 in attacking, kind of in the middle of the pack in defense. I mean, we kind of know which way this match is going to go already. For Bath, I'm hesitant to start anyone really, because the guys that they have that score are super expensive, and you don't really want them on your team right now. Orlando Bailey at 10 could do okay. Muir could score if he's playing. But other than that, I'd look elsewhere. As much as I like the players for Bath, I just don't want to pay the money for the ones that score points.
Right.
On the other side, Matavesi, Ribbons, Ludlam, and maybe Truck in the forwards. But then the back, Mitchell on out is a full go, because Bath are pretty decent against backs, but the Saints are a back-based team in a lot of ways, as far as how they want to run their attack. So the backs are the ones that are going to just score up and down, and they have some angry players who just like scoring just to take it out on the other team. I don't even think they score for fun as much as they just for spite. Fuck you. We're gonna do it again. Fuck you. Stop us. Hutchinson in particular has been
true
angry in attack.
Yes, he has. He runs angry right now. I agree. All right. Wasp and Worcester. For the Wasp.
You did hear that Duhan is out. He broke a rib.
Did he crack one?
Week?
No, he's not on this list for me today anyway, so that's okay.
There you go.
For the Wasps, we saw the return of Dan Frost as he re-entered the mix recently. He was on a tear before he got hurt. So if he's wearing that 2 shirt, he's a go. I expect a big week for Tom Willis as well. Number 8 is one of the most vulnerable positions in this whole Worcester defense. And he's kind of a good one too. So he's a big thumbs up for me. I think Robson could get back on track here, but I'm not going to tell you to pine him, but also consider that he hasn't scored above 25 in a minute. Like round 14 was the last time he scored above 25. So just keep that in mind for everybody out there looking for that. For Worcester, the opposite hook is also in play. Wasp give up plenty of points. They're third worst on average.
Hmm.
So Niall Annette becomes a possibility if you have him or if you're just in that type of need. Batley is a go. Both lock position score fine against Wasp on average. Bench is a perfectly fine spot for him too, especially if you have the likes of Freddie Clark. You're probably not going to start him over him. Waller is still in prove it territory for me. This isn't a bad matchup, but there are also better options out there. There are better options out there as well. So that's why I'm still kind of on that one. Plus, like Ben said, we want to start shifting towards teams that are going to at least have a shot to get to the playoff, get to the semifinal here.
And last for me, and I guess for us, off the StoneX, Saris, and Exeter. I'm just hoping the right Saris team shows up to this.
Same.
So going by that, if in case that happens, this is how it will go down. Saris are at the top in attack, and they're like top two, I think, in both attack and defense. Exeter towards the bottom in both. So let that get whatever you think is going to happen on the pitch. The points they'll be there for Saris. Let's put it that way. And Exeter, you never know. It's going to be a crapshoot. For the Saris, whoever's at hook, whether it's Jinx or Wooly, they'll score fine. Vincent Cook will score excellently. Exeter just give up, because that's what they do. They do the pick and goes. They do the the one-off hits right off the breakdown. So it's easy tackles for the props and locks. So Morrow, Ben Earl should have a day fantasy wise. Even if he doesn't do much in attack, he'll have a day. Farrell and Max Malin should score fairly well themselves. On the Exeter side, I didn't mention Ezekwe because
Ezekwe's had all his points sucked away by Morrow.
Right. Love the guy. Yeah, it's just the kind of the way it works. And if Theo's playing, any of those guys play him, but if they're playing, but
expectations beware.
Right. It's going to go to Itoje and Earl and stuff like that, but they're all going to score well. So their points
this week probably, yeah.
On the Exeter side, Schickerling, at this point, I think you kind of have to. It's time to bend the knee at that point. Right. He scores points. Get it. All right, I get it. Any other forwards not named Simmons are going to be a crapshoot in this one because Ewers might over a try, but like he
also might Ewers himself into a card. So
right. Or otherwise just not do anything, which is normally what happens. Maunder is startable if you're into that kind of thing. If you own him, start him. So he's somehow been a very good scoring 9, and Saris are actually really terrible against 9s.
They are.
The rest of the backs, maybe Hogg, but I am actually, I said I was going to cut Radwan, but I'm kind of torn between him and Ollie Woodburn as to who I'm actually going to drop.
Okay. Yeah, that's also that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Not easy.
No, I agree. All right. We on the weeks for Prem?
We are.
Okay. So my start of the week, I mentioned him already, and he's got a very, very mouth-watering matchup. He's on fire. He's probably going to be a little pissed. And yeah, he's also one of my favorite players out there. So my start of the week for round 23, holy shit, of the Prem is Bristol and England halfback Harry Randall.
Nice. Yeah, that is a tasty matchup for him. Because I mentioned mine, my start of the week. Not that I quite meant to, but I'm sure it was right there.
Just on the tip of the tongue.
Right. But Rory Hutchinson could have a serious day against that Bath back line.
Yeah, the Hutch. The Hutch is back.
He's one to hit your wagon to.
Not bad. Sits.
Plus he's got that classic center fullback designation. He's played enough fullback.
That helps. That helps. It's nice. It's nice. Nice possibility in there.
Yeah.
Sits. So again, I mentioned this guy. He's also one of my favorite players out there, but his matchup is just absolutely bleh, a big old bucket of nope for me. Not to say that he can't possibly bust this, but the odds are just as the opposite of the Hunger Games. The odds are not in his favor.
No.
So my sit of the week for round 23 of the Prem is England and Quinn's center Joe Marchant.
Ouch.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
My sit of the week is also from that same match, and he's somebody that you did not mention as you went through, and he's kind of an under the radar fantasy player. Not so much, and you notice him when he's playing. Fantasy wise, he's kind of hit not so much hit and miss, but like he's kind of solid, too great, but in a position where a lot of players score really well. This is not the week to start Hanro Liebenberg. Harlequins are like number 2 or something like that against flankers. And
yep, they're up there.
And he's kind of rough at when the going gets tough there against those tough.
Unless he's playing 8, he's just not.
Yeah. He's going to be at 6 probably, and that's not
likely. Yep,
not against this team.
I agree. All right, let's jump down to the southern area there. Super Rugby, Chiefs and Taz, Ben's team. For the Chiefs, these are all being played in Melbourne. There's no actual home team unless you're the Rebels. That's about it. For the Chiefs front row, despite the Waratahs' strong ranking, I'm going to say they're an okay play this week, especially with Tankiaho back, Tavao's in there as well. So I think they're okay. You might not get 15 plus, but you'll be okay. The highest average in starting 15 versus the Waratahs is the 11 shirt. So that's the one that you want. Ben's favorite player is to go for me this week. Kuntu Paya, he's wearing it. So he's a go for me.
Yes, I actually agree with that.
Yeah, halfbacks have struggled against Waratahs, so that means it's the wrong week to get cute and start Cortez Ratima. Sorry, guys. I think I started him in a league last week, but I'm definitely going to be ditching him.
Yeah, no, that was like a 1 week.
Totally 1 week rental. Yep, thank you and goodbye. For the Taz, either mid is actually a go for me this week. So more so Parise than Roberts, but if you're absolutely desperate, Chiefs give up a bit more than 9 to each center spot, so that could do you worse.
Both Moana Pacifica centers broke 10 last week.
Okay, there you go. So case in point.
In a major loss, like they both
they got housed.
That's big.
Agreed. Speaking of halfbacks, Jake Gordon is a go. Chiefs ranked 9th versus halfbacks, and no Brad Weber. So it could be a much easier day for him than was originally planned, probably. Marky Mark could have a tough week, though. Chiefs are generally tough on those wearing the number 14 shirt, less than 6 points on average. So I love the guy, but seek alternatives. And if you don't have it, then hope and pray.
Yeah. All right. Blues versus Fijian Drua. There's no lineup yet for the Blues, dicks. But start their front row, their entire back row, and the entire back line. You'll be fine. The Fijian Drua do have their lineup out. Their front row, bubble. I'd say if you have no other option, go for it. Or if you have one of the teams that's on bye now, don't feel too bad about picking up. You'll get some positivity, I believe. Matawalu and Ratave are decent, but I'm not sure on anyone else from that Fiji lineup.
Right.
Would not want to be bad gambling on that.
Same. not where you want to put your money.
Right.
For the Hurricanes and the Reds, Hurricanes front row is another front row in play. Reds are middling versus front rows, and they've shown that they can be even soft sometimes. So they're okay for me. Balin Sullivan is a play every time he's in. This week is no different. Again, middling at best for Reds, despite the type of power that they have at the centers. Avoid Aiden Morgan. Don't get cute with that. Reds are top against fly half, so even if you're desperate, that is not the place to go. For the Reds, front row could have a bit of a relief this week. Hurricanes have been surrendering points by the bucket full to front rows that they face. Close your eyes and hope. Hurricanes are also very vulnerable to those in the outside back position. So Jock Campbell, come on down. He's definitely one of my picks for this week. That's a big one right there. Without knowing who has the T this week, it makes it tough to know whether or not Crichton,
right?
Yes, that Crichton is worth the gamble. If you're desperate, sure, why not? Just hope that he has the T, because it could be Stewart as well. Hamish Stewart has kicked in the past, so maybe they want to give it to him and see, see what he has. But I know Stewart has kicked in the past, so they might give it to him as well. But yeah, if you have inside information on that, please let us know. Please,
yeah,
pretty pleased with sugar on top.
So with Highlanders versus the Brumbies, Highlanders haven't put out a lineup yet. Thanks. They did put out a teaser that had no lineup, but a teaser tweet saying, "Here's your line," or what a lineup, and then it didn't have a lineup.
And where's that?
Yeah, thank you. But their front row should be fine. Shannon Frizzell scoring. Mitch Hunt, Thomas Umaga Jensen, Dewey, Gregory is a bubble. Or other than but other than Gregory, I'd say those guys are all good, but he's kind of on the bubble. For the Brumbies, their front row, Valentini, Lolesio, Muirhead, Clark, Wright, all could go off. Ikitau is on the bubble.
Yeah, good to see Lolesio back again.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll help them too.
Yeah, Rodiona,
and they have a shot. This is we did talk about it on the other pod. The Highlanders will give teams opportunities, especially early, and this Brumbies team could run it up early. Right. That doesn't not necessarily mean they'll win, but they could throw up some good fantasy points. So who their scorers are. So those are the guys. Lean on them this week. You'll be fine.
Totally. Crusaders and Rebels. Crusaders the only ones really playing the true away game here. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
For the Crusaders, Colin Grace has actually been in pretty good form. Rebels are surrendering plenty of loose forward points as well, so he's a thumbs up for me. Jack is back. Good Hugh has returned. He's a play this week. Rebels are kind of soft up the middle, even though he's probably going to be on limited pitch count here. So, but still, I'd play him, especially if you're really in need. That's a fantastic option. Despite what I said about the loose forwards and Colin Grace, I'd still sit Matera, bubble at best. He's playing 6 and he hasn't scored that well so far. So yeah, keep that in mind. For the Rebels, Rob Leota is another one that has returned. He's playing 6. Again, there's a difference between playing a loose forward that's playing 6 and playing a guy that's designated as lock at a 6. Right. He's a play for me because I believe he is designated as a lock. Thumbs up. If I'm wrong about that, I will retract that. Kellaway 13 again. Crusaders are actually also soft up the middle, so he's a thumbs up for me. Didn't do too terribly last week, and I think he'll get more comfortable in that 13 shirt as he goes. So he's a go. Matt Phillip goes back to the pine for me, unfortunately, this week. Crusaders are strong against those that actually play in the true lock position, 2nd overall. So back he goes. Don't expect that. He got like 15 last week. That was damn good from a lock anyway that grabbed him. You're welcome. Okay.
All right. Of the weeks.
Yep.
I mentioned him, and you did too. He's back. He's got a tasty matchup against a team that just will give up points, especially when someone has the T like Lolesio. My start of the week.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. If you got him, you'll be happy with yourself.
Right. For me, I did not mention this guy, even though I mentioned the opposition and his position in particular. He has his partner in crime returning to play next to him, and the dude is just lights out when he's on form. Got a good matchup. So my start of the week for round 10 of Super Rugby is Crusaders and Kiwi center Braden Enor.
Should do well.
Yeah.
My sit of the week. I don't recall if you mentioned him, but this is a guy who is near and dear to our hearts in a lot of ways. And you're gonna, we could see that for sentimental reasons wanting to pick him up. Just avoid him this week. He's finally starting, but don't, just enjoy him on the field. You don't have to put him on your fantasy team. So have a sit on Jamie Roberts.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not a great matchup. The Chiefs are actually pretty decent against centers, and he's not going to break one.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right.
So my sit of the week comes from a team that I have absolutely been supporting the whole time. despite them not being my team. But the matchup is just not awesome for them, and especially his position. So my sit of the week for this week in round 10 of Super Rugby is Calavetti Ravovo, Drew Center. I'm just not just he's been good, but again, I think if it was even Volta, I'd probably still sit him. That is not going to be fun for them.
I don't disagree.
I think Sheck's going to be back too, like starting. So that's going to be a nightmare as well. So yeah, good luck.
Right. It's not going to be a good week.
Maybe odds.
It's more of a they're not going to get enough opportunity to put up.
That might be true. Yeah, that might be what it is exactly. Yuck.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So before we get to pick them, we have results up for Super Bru. So Duncan still leads the way. Mark, George had the best week of all of us last week. Myself, Ben, right up there on my heels. Anton, Carrick, and Justin. Justin is on the struggle bus with that one. But overall, I'm
62nd overall.
Right. We've got like 5, 6. Yeah, we got 5 or 6 guys in the top 100. Let's see. I'm in there. What did you say? You're 62nd?
Anton.
Where's Anton?
I'm 62nd. Yeah. I think Anton's still out of the top 100.
Is he? Yeah, if he is, he's not out by much.
No.
I don't. I'm losing.
Because he's got 11, 20.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he is. Yeah, he's going to be.
He's 186.
186. Okay. So, but still, there's
he's up
5.
Yeah.
There's still 5 of us in the top 100. Like, as the league goes, that's got to be up there.
Yeah.
In terms of
I think we are in the top 10 of leagues, I think.
Yeah. In terms of average points, especially.
I think George had something on it.
Right. And also, if you didn't see, I don't remember which of us were in it, but League 2 from Six Nations was one of the top leagues. I was like, I think that was your
side.
Is that my side? That last week that I had with Capozzo did it. I played him and Ioani.
Yeah.
I will take partial credit for that. But in terms of the US, Ben and I are 2 and 3.
Right.
I don't know.
It's kind of cool because you look at the if you look at the standings, it's TFRY right next to each other.
Yep. like we have a clue every once in a while, Cool. Awesome. All right, glad we got to that. And then the one thing I wanted to look at was yes, that's what I want. I want player stats because I want to know what the team of the week was. Team of the round was, excuse me. There we go. That's what I want. Round stats. Gimme. Team of the round. Let's see. Was Furlong, Famuina, Malvaca. I almost freaking played Malvaca too. God damn it. I think I have him. Lude, didn't see that one coming. The King, Joe Joyce. Also, Lore kind of backing up that one performance he had in Northampton with another decent one. So good for him. Fritz Lee. I like Fritz Lee, but he was not going to be worth it for me because you only get 8 transfers now and in this coming round, and you needed to keep that in mind. So Fritz Lee, Aldrit, shocker of the day. Gibson Park, another good one. Intimac actually scored without the T, so good for him. Henshaw and Fiku in the centers. Henshaw had a great day. And then Lowe, Ramos, and Vaianu. Lowe obviously being your captain.
Yeah, that was my captain. And I had Ramos on the bench. So I had Zebo. I started Zebo and Keenan. Other than
I had Zebo
Low, and damn, I left massive points right there for the second week in a row. I don't think I'm going to do that again. I think I'm going to start Ramos next week.
You gonna give him the K though?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the ultimate quit. Well, none of us are playing Marcus, so
right. Oh, so it only would have been 20. Yeah, could have. I don't know. Might give him the T.
Yeah, now you got thoughts to have there, buddy.
I thought, there's damn it. I hate that shit.
You have to actually think about this. Deal with it.
No, I don't wanna.
I feel you on that one. All right. Here we go. Let's do pick them. Bristol and Gloucester at
Gloucester.
the gate. Yeah.
Gloucester. Bristol, I think,
they have more to play for.
They're going to be healing.
Oh, totally. Yeah, after last week.
Bad. And Rodra's now out. He's having surgery, so he's out for the year.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, nothing left to play for. Why the fuck would you do anything else? I
think that was it. I think that I'm guessing he'd been hurt and they were just trying to, see if they could make some noise in Champions Cup. And now it's like, all right, we're just done this year.
This year is pretty much over for us. You can go have your surgery without issue. Yeah. Newcastle and London Irish, even though it's Exiles. Up at Kingston. Yeah, I'm going to take the Exiles. Yeah. Quins, Leicester at the Stoop.
Right. Quins, for the reasons I was saying earlier that.
Right.
I think Leicester eat this one because they're in, and they, I realize that Sarries could still catch them, so maybe that they might not, but
you just want a home semifinal, really. That's all you want,
right? And you've earned that already, so it's kind of like, just maybe go easy, go light, and don't let them see what you got, because you're gonna in case you run into them, you see what they got, because they still need to win, so take that advantage. That's how I would approach it anyway. And even if you win, great. But they don't see what your full noise team has.
Yeah.
So close to.
I'm going to take the Quins. They're going to be angry.
Mm-hmm. That too.
They'll be angry.
That too.
Bath, Northampton. I will take Northampton.
Saints.
Yeah. Wasps, Worcester. Duh.
Wasps.
Sarries and Exeter. They owe them this one. Even if they play freaking hideous rugby, they should still get it done.
As long as they have their head out of their ass, and I don't know that I trust them to have their head out of their ass. But I'm still picking Sarries.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Traveling south, Chiefs and Taz. I'm taking the Waratahs.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
I have to.
But you're obligated.
But in a match like this, where it's a little bit of a toss up, I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way the Taz are playing. So
I do too. But and I'm not too happy with the way the Chiefs are playing. But I think the Chiefs are potentially still better.
Find out.
Yeah.
Blues and Drua. Blues.
They
are riding high. Canes and Reds. I'm not that stupid. I'm taking the Reds.
I'm taking the Reds as well.
After last week's display, no. I do not believe in this team right now. I hope they do it, but I will still be rooting for them. My brain says Reds. So
yeah.
The heart says the Hurricanes, but my brain is a little bit ahead of that, thankfully. So we're gonna go Reds. Yeah. Highlanders and Brumbies. 100%. And Crusaders and Rebels. Crusaders. Yep. Agreed. Okay, cool. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da. Oh, look at that. 45 minutes and we out. How about that?
Nicely done.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll be back to start sits on Friday. Dun, da, 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 da. With ST Fry and all that shit.
We will get start sits for Super Rugby out again tomorrow. That won't be a problem.
Nope, shouldn't be a problem at all. The kids are on vacation, so I don't have as much going on. So that's good news. Yeah, light practices, thank God. So I'll get that done. As well, I'll get that on that as well. Fantasy Rugby Podcast at gmail.com. Grab the Patreon. Only a couple weeks left, or a couple months left, so get on top of that because it's going to help. Buy Georgia coffee, please. He would appreciate it, and I'm sure he's earned it. I'm very sure he's earned it. But yeah, so tweet at Ben or I. Yeah, ask T Fry on Thursday, Friday. Other than that, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.
Later.
Cheers.